Welcome to another episode of the Tar Pack Podcast. In today's episode, we have a loaded episode talking about 6 games today, 3 for UNC and 3 for NC State. Getting it started with last Saturday, North Carolina versus Virginia Tech. The number 7 Tar Heels had a very good offensive game in this one. Not so much defensively, but offensively we played very well. Led by Armando Bacot with a 25-point, 12-rebound double-double, along with Harrison Ingram with 12 points and 17 rebounds. He's been incredible in that regard all season. RJ Davis with 20 points. Cormatt Ryan finally having a good shooting game with 16 points and 2 rebounds and 2 assists. And Elliot Cadeau, good facilitation. Did have 5 turnovers today, but 8 points, along with some decent bench production that we haven't been used to seeing much. So I'm proud of the team's performance here. We needed a kind of bounce back win in this one, and we got that in a good way, especially offensively against Virginia Tech. The next game, speaking of lack of offense, Virginia versus UNC. Not even 100 points scored in the entire game. 98 total points scored. 54-44 was the final. Carolina squeaking out a victory here out in Charlottesville. This was a game that I didn't care necessarily how we looked as a team, as long as we got the win, because it's been so long since we've won in Charlottesville. And we just needed a good, gritty win no matter how we could get it. RJ Davis had maybe his worst game of the season. Finished with 12 points on 1 for 14 shooting. Armando Bacot with a double-double, 10 points and 13 rebounds. Cormatt Ryan really lifted us to the victory in this one, finishing with 18 points on 6 made threes, which were absolutely huge in this game. If Cormac was shooting like he's been shooting for most of the season, we lose this game, which is really bad to think about because we would have had like 40-some points. But able to get the dub and move on here. And now we get into the North Carolina versus Miami game where RJ Davis was incredible. He dropped 42 on the Hurricanes, 14 for 22 shooting, 7 for 11 from 3 with 6 rebounds and 4 steals to go along with it. Brilliant performance from him. Harrison Ingram and Cormatt Ryan were very not great in this game. Harrison Ingram still did his thing on the glass and had 5 steals. But as far as shooting goes, not a great performance. Armando Bacot didn't get many attempts offensively. It was only 1 for 6 from the free throw line, but did have 12 rebounds and 2 blocks. Good facilitation from Elliot Cadeau. And the bench production, not great, but Jalen Withers had some clutch free throws and a clutch rebound at the end of the game. So I like where Carolina's out at right now, 14-3, number 1 in the ACC. If we take care of business, we can win the ACC regular season championship. And I'm liking where we're at. Likely at 1 or probably a 2 seed right now, but depending on how things go with the rest of the season in the ACC tournament. But let's get into the NC State portion of this podcast.
And starting with NC State versus Syracuse, as usual, we got another loss, 87-83. Shout out to DJ Horn, 11 for 22, 6 for 10, 4 for 4 from free throw, 32 points. Just not even close. He's been the best player on our team. If we could have more players that could at least do average, we would be an actual very good team. Just because of DJ Horn. But no, we don't have any players that can do average. They're all just like selling our bag. DJ Horn's carrying us to not being the worst team in the ACC and losing to Louisville. Ben Middlebrooks, 8 for 10 for free throw. Yeah, the centers are making free throws. And now to the Boston College game. We beat them. We got to win, 70-81. DJ Burns actually had a pretty average game, I guess. It wasn't great. 7 for 16, 5 from free throw, 19 points. DJ Horn had a mid-game too, 6 for 15. 1 for 7 from 3 is really bad, but 13 points. Casey Morcell finally had an average game, actually, 5 for 9. And Jaden Taylor actually did really good from free throw, which the Pack are really just horrible at. And now to last night's game, 83-90 Florida State win. DJ Horn, 6 for 17, 3 for 8. Casey Morcell actually had a really good game. Finally, 6 assists as well. And I gotta shout out this man. This man has been secretly like our second best player on our team this whole year. 9 rebound. He's a good shooter. I know he's a tall man, but he's a good shooter. You would expect me to say DJ Burns is our second best player. And Jaden Taylor, 7 for 11, 4 for 6 from 3, 24 points. I still don't know why he doesn't start. I know he's been selling, but honestly, I would start him over Casey Morcell. I know he had a good game, but I mean, Casey Morcell just can't make free throws. And O'Connell is our facilitator. He just passes. He never shoots. 2 assists. Yeah, okay. Just the Pack are a bad team. DJ Burns needs to get out of the starting lineup, honestly. I mean, he needs to. He can't be in here anymore.
And let's quickly talk about the preview for UNC versus NC State this week. UNC is home. What are your early predictions for that game this Saturday?
Hopefully the Pack win. Am I confident? No. Honestly.
I think you have a chance if you can guard R.J. Davis. He kind of has had to carry us a little bit lately. We need other guys to do things. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, but then Armando Bacot, that has been mid. Because our DJ Burns just can't guard defense like crap. So, I mean, like, he had 0 rebounds against Florida State. 0. He played 12 minutes.
That's pretty bad.
0 points. He needs to get out of our starting lineup right now. Armando Bacot, which has not been that good this year, is going to drop like 35 on us. Like, triple team RJ, and we're still going to lose by 50 because, like, DJ Burns is just going to sell her back.
That is possible. Well, thank you for tuning into this episode of the Tar Pack Podcast. We will catch you guys next week with another episode. Go Heels.
Go Pack.